Good day, everyone. Before I start, I'd like to make an acknowledgement of the country. Would like to pay my respects to the land on which we stand today, of Aotearoa. I'd also like to acknowledge our elders of days past and present, but without their knowledge, we wouldn't be here today learning and moving forward with the work we do. I'd also like to pay my respects to the land, whether that's flora, fauna, and fungi. And I'd like to acknowledge everyone here today as well, for this is a huge issue that we're trying to combat, and without the work that you all do, I'm not sure where the future will go. So thank you all for being here and having us here as well. It's an honor to be here. My name is Adrian Bauwens. I'm a Waka Waka man from Bonny Mountains, Australia. I'll have Seth introduce himself.
One more. I'd just like to also pass my acknowledgements for after a while. It's an honor being here today. So yes, my name is Seth Henaway. I'm a very covered juryman. So up towards Townsville in Queensland. But I'm here today representing a bunch of the people who are the traditional owners of Gari in Southeast Queensland. So I guess we'll just get into it. So Myrtle was first founded in Australia in 2010, affecting a lot of major important species such as eucalyptus, bowbrush, paperbark, tea tree, and lily-pilly. It's quite notable that Australia has very dominated ecosystems, which is very threatening to Australia, unfortunately. There are, of course, different varying susceptibilities among species. So, and in Gari, it was first detected in 2013 by a jet tank. So kind of picking up with an Aboriginal kind of perspective in general, because Australia yields a lot of different cultures. There's over 300, and it's good to look at it in the perspective of it being like Europe or Africa. It's divided by many different nations that are all quite unique and different from their neighbours. So I think that general perspective is very important. So in general, Aboriginal cultures are heavily tied to the land, weaving very holistic approaches with spirituality, food, medicine, education. It is very so one fact that amongst the oldest living cultures, over 60,000 years, 60,000 the age, which is incredible.
So we bring this up as our relationship with country and the land is quite intimate, very similar to molding connections to the land. We have totemic systems which quite literally bind us to some key species in the area. So my totem is a bearded dragon, for example, which means I've got to make sure his population stays all right. I can guide people to whether or not they can or cannot eat them, depending on the season. And this applies very much to our trees and all those species as well. So when myrtle rust threatens to eliminate certain species, that's kind of destroying someone's identity in a way as well. So it's very important that we uphold these values and try to really look after the country when these threats come through Australia. Just some context on the Bonny Mountains. Bonny Mountains. It's about 3 hours inland from Brisbane. It's served as essentially a parliament house for traditional peoples for thousands of years. So as far as northern New South Wales, Brisbane, every direction, people from all different tribes would come and gather on the mountain and participate in ceremony, trades, and knowledge exchange, kind of similar to what we're doing here today. This is particularly relevant because we do have quite a few different pathogens hurting our mountain. So a lot of my work has been with the phytophthora problem occurring on the mountain. Now I'm looking to dive into myrtle rust and learn from everyone here about that, as we've got that as well. It just has not been looked into too much. So yeah, Bonnie Mountains, it's an extremely significant place to us. You know, if you want an idea of how far the journey people would have made, it's like walking from here to the Bay Islands up north. So pretty far track people would have made. Yeah, so extremely culturally significant to us and holds a lot of Myrtaceae species that are affected.
So similarly, Australia yields a lot of endemic species and even so does Gary. There's a lot of very culturally significant species that are it's also the world's largest sand island. So a lot of the soil type is sand, which only holds particular species that can thrive in that environment. So conservation is very important for gardening. Besides kind of talking about previous knowledges and kind of impacts of colonization. So colonization pretty much fast tracks and helped introduce a lot of species, unintentionally for the most part, but it's more so working towards how we can work to help manage what's happening at the moment. So in part of that, it's important to enable traditional practices. Traditional practices are inbuilt into the land. It's built into the ecology. The ecology needs the presence of these traditional practices, and that helps build resilience amongst the ecosystems, which is helping to combat against Russian hurricanes. And without that high connection between people and land works both ways. So healthy people, healthy land, and vice versa, healthy land, healthy people, which is extremely important and reflective of each other. So yeah. So Gary itself has quite a few threats, as I was saying, myrtle rust being one of them, has quite a wide distribution, as you'll see in the next slide. But we also face a lot of other threats, ranging from weeds, pests, and diseases. So we are facing a bit of phytophthora, as Adrian's country is as well. But we're looking to address as different pathways onto the island. But it's obviously a bit harder with myrtle rust. Seems like it's but yeah, would you like to cool. So this is in part of species that are really important and are affected by myrtle rust. So as I was saying before, medicinal foods, resources, spiritual places. Our satiny tree is highly important from resources and spiritual needs, and is threatened by changing past that, leading through people's health. Also, this for example, this is a directional tree. So this is a paper block, a member of the Myrtaceae family, and this tree would indicate directions and paths of people to go to significant places, which is really cool, very special. Yeah. Cool. So over on the right is a map of all the incursions that were found a little while ago, I believe, just after 2013. But 48 mixed associated species are on guard, 26 of which are culturally significant to a bunch of people. 11 species are impacted by Myrtle rust. So these are the examples of those 11 species. These are the city big block as a happening. Lily Billy is is endangered and highly under threat by elements. So the ranging between susceptibility is between low to moderate to low to high, even severe. So it is quite scary. This is just a quick survey of our Saturnae species. It was detected by estimating and sheep regeneration. So multiple sites on Gari. Symptoms range from leaf spots, shoot dieback, and sibling death. So yeah, not looking too good, but there's still a lot of it. So kind of in response, kind of progressing in blending our sciences, in Aboriginal sciences and Western sciences, we're continuing with cultural exchange slash capacity building. So bringing out our rangers to labs and looking at the behind scenes of identifying these different pathogens and how to identify and track for our knowledge to help understand it. But I'm not getting pretty much. So yeah.
Yeah, so we've been working with partners such as Jeff Peck and AJ Perkins. Right now, we're looking to build essentially an Indigenous-led biosecurity network where Indigenous people can approach your pathogens in a way that applies to their work, as well as be informed and stay aware of what's going on. One of the main issues we're having at the moment is with my ranger team particularly, we just don't know what's going on. And we really do want to be a part of this conversation and really understand what's going on because it's affecting us on the ground and we love and care for country, like everyone else. So ideally, we want those networks to be built, have that overlap between culture and Western science. I'm going to steal one out of Mita's page, which is when you get culture and science, a lot of good innovation happens from that. So that's where we're at the moment. Sorry, I'll bring up some work that we're doing at Bauwens right now. So we're tapping into the drone space at the moment. We want to be more proactive than reactive with Myrtle rust. So right now we're using drones to kind of map the areas in which Myrtle rust seems to be affecting and really understand where it is. Because right now, no work's really been done on the mountain for Myrtle rust. It's all been phytophthora focused. So we're using drones to approach and understand what we can. Next week, we're going into GIS mapping as well. So we're doing some training there as well. in attending these workshops to learn what we can, because telling you right now, I literally don't know much about murder rust at all. I'm here to learn from you guys, so yeah, that's where we're at the moment. Yeah, someone hold you for lunch too much longer. Thanks for having us. Have a good long day.